So as we mentioned before, the factors that influence stopping the menstruation, which is what we're primarily interested with abnormal uterine bleeding, most people bleed too much instead of too little, is the prostaglandin E2, which is responsible for inflammation, pain, fever, and is vasodilatory. The prostaglandin F2 alpha, which is responsible for smooth muscle contraction, especially in the uterus, and vasoconstriction. The endothelin 1, which is vasoconstrictor. The neutral endopeptidase, which metabolizes the endothelin 1. And then the vascular endothelial growth factor A gene, which promotes the growth of new blood vessels. All of those things have to work right in order to stop bleeding. So here's a little picture of it. So if you look over here where it says AA, that's arachidonic acid. And so the cyclooxygenase is going to break that down into a prostaglandin H2. So that's kind of like the parent prostaglandin, and that breaks out into everything else. And so the prostaglandin H2 can be broken down into the prostaglandin F2 alpha, which is a vasoconstrictor, through two pathways. One is directly from the H2. The other one, prostaglandin H2, is broken down into E2, and that can be then broken down into F2A. So the vasoconstrictor is so important that it has two different pathways that it can break down. Now, the prostaglandin E2, the vasodilatory, in order to break that down into F2 alpha, we need to have the NADPH, which is kind of like a form of niacin. That's very important in a number of metabolic pathways. And so we're wondering, when there's an imbalance of the vasoconstrictors to vasodilators, do we have enough NADPH? Is there an issue with that pathway? So we want to look what produces NADPH.